What up, YouTube? It's your boy VSET back, bringing out some Fan Mail Friday, number 3 already. Hard to believe it's been episode 3 already, but guys, thank you all for your great questions. Keep them rolling. If you guys want to email me and get in on the episode, you can sign off anonymous. You don't have to sign off your name. No worries at all. You don't have to sign off as anything if you don't want. But my buddy Hesh asks today, so this may be kind of weird, but did you ever think about what happens after death? Every time I think about it, it messes me up horribly bad. Sincerely, Hesh. Hesh, that is a great question. As soon as you sent your email, I knew that this was definitely something I would dive into, and this is a great question. And by the way, thank you, because we've got a lot of relationship stuff, so I really like differentiating through these episodes. So if you guys got other stuff other than just relationship, throw it out there. So with me, totally the same thing. Totally the same thing. As far back as I can remember, I remember being about 7 or 8 years old and thinking about that. Just my mind would just wander and just start thinking about all these different things. And I can remember having really bad anxiety when I was younger. I remember at one time I used to live on the upstairs floor and my mom was downstairs in the living room. And I can remember just crying my eyes out, man, and like talking to my mom and you know, my dad, my mom, they said my mom, I don't know so much about my mom, but I remember my dad telling me that he used to think about that when he was younger too and be really upset. And yeah, I used to be really upset. It used to really bother me. Nowadays, I go through spurts with it. Like, it'll probably be like a once-a-year thing where I'll be thinking about it for probably like a week span or so, and I get really bad anxiety from it. I get like really tight, you know, and not tight in terms of a sense of mad, but just like, you know, the body, I just don't feel loose, you know what I mean? I get really tight, and I typically can't sleep. I have bad anxiety, so I'm just thinking about it. I'm like, why are you sleeping when you'll probably just be sleeping forever anyways when it's all done? So it's like, it's just a rabbit hole of emotions you go through, man, and it just runs through your mind. You know, I'm that way. I'm sure a lot of you guys are, because the problem is just kind of the uncertainty to it all. You know what I mean? Even if you're a very religious person, you know, growing up, I used to work at the church. Basically, I was an usher at the church. It's not like I got paid or anything like that. It was an assistance thing. I would help collect the money. I would give out the bulletins at the end, all that stuff. And you know, it was a lot of fun. Me and my dad used to do that. I played for Catholic youth basketball, CYO. It was a lot of fun. You know, I really enjoyed it. And to this day, you know, I try to stay pretty religious. I haven't gone to church in a while, though. Unfortunately, it just seems to happen when you get older. Although I would like to try and make it not necessarily a regular thing, but I'd like to definitely go back a little bit more. So I try to stay pretty religious, even though we've advanced so far into our culture that we are so intelligent, that we know so many things, that the things that we know makes it a little bit harder to believe these other things. But I do try to stay religious. Not that I want to turn this into a religious debate or anything like that, but yeah, it's definitely the uncertainty of not knowing is definitely hard. But I think at the end of the day, and this is not necessarily even like an advice video, this is like, it's just more so freaking me just ranting on about the same things that you basically said. But I think at the end of the day, man, you got to just make the most out of life. You know, it's cliche, but you know, we don't know how long we're guaranteed. You know, like, it could be all said and done tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like, who knows, right? And that's scary, sad, crazy to think about. But that's why I think we got to try our best. And I understand some days you're gonna have your off days, but even on your off days, that's where you got to really try and make it the most of that off day. You know what I mean? You got to be like, you know, today's bad, but tomorrow's a brighter day. I got this, and this going for me right now. So what if this is bothering me? So what if this is not where it needs to be? I could work on this. One thing that I always try to tell myself is, and one thing that, because I think about a lot of things, and one thing that I've realized is tying into this whole thing is, instead of being like, wow, if I knew then what I know now, well, you know what? You didn't know that then, but you know it now. So why don't you just apply it today? Instead of looking back and being like, wow, I should have did this back then. Do it now. You know what I mean? Would it have helped if you started back then? Yeah, but it's not going to help if you just sit there and constantly keep talking about it. Start now. You know what I mean? Apply the knowledge that you know now and start working towards a better future for tomorrow. You know what I mean? I think that's the best thing you can handle. That's why I try not to look back. And then the biggest thing that I think we have problems on is revisionist history. So we'll go back and we'll be like, wow, high school, jeez, I missed that. Elementary school, missed that, man. Good times. But you don't really remember. Like, you remember the good times, but you're not thinking of like also the other stuff you were going through, you know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, was it easier when I was in middle school and high school with things just different? Yeah, I mean, there were not much responsibilities, but does that mean it was bad? No, I was constantly, I was the kind of person that, like, I was good, I was smart, I did well in school when I tried, but typically I was always trying to get over, you know what I mean? I was always thinking of the next excuse to not do this homework or to give me extra time or, how could I cheat off this test? How could I, you know what I mean? That's just always what I was thinking about. So I was always stressing out about back then. Now, looking back, is that like a silly thing to think about? Yeah, but no, at the same time, you know what I mean? Because when you're younger, you don't know any better. Like, obviously now I'm 22 and I'm thinking about, apartments. I'm thinking about living with my girlfriend. I'm thinking about all these things. I got to support myself. This is, my mom's good. Is the family good? You know what I mean? People are getting older, freaking, I got to think about careers. College. Do I want to go back to college? It's just the whole thing, right? So, but like, I can't sit here and be like, oh, I'd rather go back to middle school though, because at middle school, like when you're 13, 12, like those are the top priorities. They're at the same level as they are for me right now. Now, is it different? Now, being older, could I handle middle school way easier? Of course, but that's not the scenario, man. So this is just a long rant, but this is what I really wanted from a Fan Mail Friday. It was just ranting and raving and stuff like that. But long story short, it's something that's always messed me up. I go through it about once a year. It's typically around the winter time. I feel like because I don't like winter very much. It's very depressing. It's cold, no sun, no heat. I don't like it. It's not my kind of thing. So typically around that time is when I'll start going through more anxiety about it. I haven't gone through anything recently with that, so that's good. But yeah, I mean, it's something that's always bothered me. I think at the end of the day, though, and this goes on about before, is just make the most out of your life, man. Make your life be a rock star, man, in your life. Be the star of your own music video. Be the star of your own movie. You know what I mean? Create a life for you that you love, man. Go to the gym and kill it. Don't worry about what they think, man. Let them do them, man. Do you? You know what I mean? Enjoy your life, man. Make the most out of it. Freaking life's too short to be sitting there crying over this girl. You have value. Appreciate that value, and like I said, it's cliche, it's freaking, it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, but V said it's still so scary, and I know, man, but at the end of the day, you can't let things bother you that you can't control, you know what I mean? And I have problems with that too. You gotta try and just let go a little bit, but, at the end of the day, when your time comes, we'll see what all said and done, personally for me, I hope I'm streaming every day, man. I hope when it's all said and done, I walk up to heaven. All my relatives there, they're like, yo, what up, dude? And I'm just like, yo, what's going on? How you guys doing? Welcome to heaven. My boy Jesus is just fucking floating. He's like, yo. He's like, here it is. What do you think? You like it? Yeah? Yeah? You know what I mean? And I'm just floating or whatever you do up in heaven. You know what I mean? Freaking, there's just gaming everywhere, man. There's basketball courts everywhere, man. Pool, you know what I mean? I'm just, swimming in hot weather. Dude, just imagine like Florida, dude. Miami, Florida weather, man. Freaking just chilling with Jesus, dude. Oh, bro, that sounds like fire. Like, that just sounds like a great time. And of course, when it's all said and done for me, I hope all you guys are there too. I hope so. But of course, a lot of you guys are younger than me, so hopefully, I go first and you guys, go a little bit later. So, I'll be waiting for you guys up there, basically. But that's really it, man. Enjoy your life. Make the most of it. There's no point in worrying things on things you can't control. Just try and control your own life. Appreciate your life. Appreciate your value. Don't be cocky. Be confident. And make the most of what you can do. Be your own rock star. Be your own star. That is going to conclude today's Fan Mail Friday. That was a great question. Hope you guys did enjoy this episode. If you guys did, leave a thumbs up if you guys would like. I'd really appreciate that. Only if you want to, of course. And guys, we'll see you guys next time. Peace.